Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Held Dominance, Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying the content and want to see more. So this is a little excerpt from the Austin Rugby Podcast over in America, which predominantly runs off the Major League Rugby, the rugby union in the state of Texas around Austin. They had a conversation with Lars Windsor. He is the CEO of the North American Rugby League West Rugby Operations Inc. And he's also in charge of building the Western Conference over in America's NARL. It was done with a view to talk about the North American Rugby League and to promote it, which he does very, very well. Lars is an American businessman who started numerous ventures and has been successful, whether that's with mixed martial arts or even, how can we put it, medicinal aid growth as well. But it's not the only string to his bow, as he has played rugby league at a fairly good level. He played for the Penrith Panthers feeder club, the Windsor Wolves, and he talks about a nice story when he committed a foul in one of the games and he got punched in the head, and what happened with the player that punched him. It's the story of every single rugby league player. Normally when you get punched in the head by a person, your teammates tell you off because you did it wrong, and that person who punched you becomes one of your very, very closest friends. That's what it's like. Aggressive on the pitch, between the white lines, between the whistles, starting and finishing the game, but after the game, best mates and hugs. So, yeah, let's see what he has to say about the North American Rugby League West. So we started off by talking about the West's player search of what sort of players they're looking for. Firstly, they're looking for second chance athletes, is what they've been roundedly called. Players that have played sports in America and have some knowledge of rugby league. Plus, they're also looking for natural athletes, and that's what the combine days are going to happen between the 18th and 19th of May. They've got multiple tiers for pay structure, and with that combine day, they're actually going to decide on players on the actual days that they're there. They will be signed up there and then if they show a modicum of any talent towards rugby league or any knowledge. Once that happens, there will be a 6-week camp, and for them to tune up to league standard with multiple different levels of coaching, so that they're ready for the 19th and the 20th for games. They're all going to be based in one place, as my previous video that you can see in this suggestion here is going to do. But they've already had 240 applications for 120 spots. It's not 140 that I mentioned in a couple of videos, it's 120. Now, the level of coaching in this Olympic style training environment comes down to 6 coaches that are developmental style from developmental bases in Australia. They're also going to have coaches that have experience of playing in the NRL. For instance, Lance O'Hire, who signed recently and is a World Cup winner for Rugby League. Then they'll have a tier where they are coached by seasoned coaches that are based in the USA. So they're going to have all those, plus they're going to go through 6 day a week training camps for those 6 weeks leading up to the start of the Western Conference. So all the days are going to be structured for team positioning, fitness, match plays, and everything like that. So they're hoping to get ready for their first televised game on the 20th of June. As I alluded to, there is a 4-tier structure in regards to pay, and he went into depth in regards to that for the first season. So, the top tier players are going to work for $15,000 for the season, plus bonuses. Then tier 2 is $8,000 to $12,000 plus bonuses. Third tier, $5,000 to $6,000, and the fourth tier $3,000 to $4,000. Don't forget that this is a truncated league, so the season runs for about 90 days at most, so they're getting very, very well paid for those 90 days in the first season. Housing is also included in regards to the pay, so they don't need to worry about housing costs, and they just get paid for playing the games. So further on from that, with the deal with Sportsflick and a few sponsors which are to be named soon, according to Lars, that the pay structure will look to double for season 2. That's because they're going into cross-nation games, possibly. The postseason will probably get bigger. And there's a possibility, Lars has said, that 2 more American teams will join the Western Conference. And those are Los Angeles and Colorado. So we have Robert Curtis talking about the 2 Canadian sides, and then there's 2 more American sides coming from Lars Havens. So the league could expand the season later. I like that. I like that they're looking into that already, so that they can maximise everything to improve the competitiveness with more games, and also the fan experience. Because in the second season, they'll be looking to retreat to their own bases, their own towns which they're named for, and also play. They also had a look into the actual conditions of what they're going to be playing in for the first season, because Las Vegas is not like the northwest of England on a Thursday night. It's about 115 degrees centigrade. So they've structured the games as such so that they can get the coolest atmosphere, coolest times of the day. For instance, the games are going to be played at 7:15, 9:15 and 11:15 during this first season. And they are looking to continue the festival style of rugby league, what they used to doing already this year. The first year out in the Western has to do for Las Vegas, because the West Coast seems to have a more stringent COVID response at this time, and don't want to get shut down because of it, so they've structured it so that it's in one place, Las Vegas, Nevada. While looking into the structure of the NARL right now, from what Lars has said, is that the board have all agreed that at this point none of them have real experience of running a league. So they are looking in the future for an experienced CEO for running the league itself, that has name brand recognition, so it can bring in those either sponsorships, those deals, those friends, going across the aisle essentially, to bring more recognition into the sport when it's most needed in its infancy, to create legitimacy as a brand that Americans should follow, which is a good idea. Rugby league in the UK, for instance, hasn't followed that model properly. They've tried, but it seems like the people that they've chosen don't seem to fit. So for the TV side, they are looking more at a fan engagement structure. For instance, there was talk of drone views for games so that they can get closer to the action, closer to the big hits and things like that. Lars has said that he has promotions in mixed martial arts, so he wants that sort of fan experience. He also wants the fan experience to follow rugby league players, 2 or 3 minute, 3 to 5 minute videos on social media about the players, what they do during the week and things like that, to get more relatability towards each player and the people that go watching it and are watching it on TV. Hopefully making stars out of these people. Continuing on the TV theme, they have got Sports Flick involved, yes, with every single game, but one game across the 2 conferences will be shown on social media. So that'll be either Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter. They're going to show one game live on those platforms. So I think that's a very, very good idea for fan engagement for those that are not quite yet up to paying for the to go through the paywall. They're also in talks of a league-wide game, whether it's West or East Conference, being on national TV. So, traditional TV media was the way that they did it. One game a week fits the time slot, as it's the summer rugby, and it's sport in the summer where it only goes against baseball essentially. So contact sport in the summer for Americans, that's always fun. So Lars actually mentions during this podcast what he hopes his hopes and dreams are going to accomplish, as at this moment in time he is running a section of rugby league that is focused in North America. He actually said of that's his dream. He's living his dream. That's what he wants to do. That's what he's wanted to do ever since he started playing it back in Penrith. He did all the hard work to play in that team, in that league, for a chance of getting into the NRL. So now he wants to transfer that into that sort of passion into the job that he has now. He also hopes to be able to work with people from all walks of life who have a passion in rugby league in North America, whether that's to work full-time in producing the actual sport, or if it's just to promote a single club, because he wants that sort of passion to push the league forward, to improve the entire spectacle. He does mention that he wants like-minded individuals so that he can get his vision across, but he's willing to listen to all different outcomes to make sure that rugby league is a success in North America. I feel that is a great start for what everyone wants in this venture that they try to put forward. I'm hoping it's a success because it's expansion. It's expansion by force by another league, another continent, basically. And that might force rugby league in the UK to grow, because at this moment in time they've only got Australia to worry about, and they've got a partnership with that, and they're not really a competitor on the TV markets because it's the same people that broadcast both programs. Anyway, I digress. That was the Austin Rugby Podcast, and also the Western Conference CEO Lars Havens, and what is going on in the Western Conference Rugby League at this time. So that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Anyway, if you did, please like and subscribe. Also click that notification bell to let you know when the next one's coming. Also remember the race to 100 is still ongoing, where as soon as I get 100 subscribers, I will pick 10 people to be the recipients of Hell Dominance merchandise. Yes, the t-shirts are still waiting to be posted out. They're all there. They're all in a bag, waiting. You just need an address on them to be sent out, as I keep saying. Come on guys, subscribe, share the word. It's rugby league. It's not rocket science. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.